Hi everyone, welcome to Eternal Realms and welcome to this week's reading of Is Your Ex Coming Back or Not? So I've already shuffled a few cards, but I will be adding more information into the reading. And as usual, we have 4 piles. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. So use your intuition, and whenever you feel called to any of these decks, click on the timestamp and we will get started with your reading. I'm going to start with pile 1. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's find out if your ex is going to come back to you. First, let's see what your past history was. We have 10 of Swords, which tells me that this is not the first time you've had to move on. Okay, there's a history of breaking up multiple times or taking breaks and you having to kind of reconsider different options or for some cases even moving away. Neither breakup has been fun. It has obviously it never is, but yeah, you've had to move on. It was not just a temporary thing where you kind of know that you will get back together, but it was actually like, I think I really need to leave this situation, that kind of thing. Okay, so you've had to break up many times. Your current situation, the Fool, and let's see, the 6 of Swords. Okay, so well, even right now you're trying to let go of this repetitive pattern of this connection and trying to move on. Okay, that is for both of you. Both of you are trying to move away from this connection because it's clearly not working. The reason you guys broke up, well, things were moving a little bit too fast. Now, what that too fast means for you is different for everyone. It could be moving in together, it could be buying a new house, it could be getting married, it could be, I don't know, like moving from an open relationship to a fully committed one. It's different for all of you because it's a general reading obviously, but yeah, things were moving too fast and both of you were not on the same page. And I'm also getting the feeling that many of you were with this person for quite a while, on and off, but quite a long time you were together. And even though according to the duration you could have moved in, for example, after 5 years of being with someone, you would expect that they would get married or engaged or get a house together or something, right? But someone was not mentally or emotionally ready for this sort of movement. Okay, it was kind of like, okay, we're moving but we're not stable, that kind of energy. And because of this lack of stability, you've had to like move on many times. Okay, so it's natural to think that, are you going to come back together, right? So yeah, what they're up to right now, Page of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so they are involved in quite a lot of things, different activities, clubs, studies, work. Basically they're trying to do everything to just create this happiness vibe in them. Okay, they're very spontaneous, so they're doing this and that, they're not staying stable in anything. We have Swords and Wands, so both of them are very fast moving suits, right? So even like if they are dating, even that is kind of a fling type thing. They just chit chat and have fun and then it's over. And even if they meet someone once, they're not going to follow up because they're keeping themselves busy, they're keeping themselves distracted and clearly trying to move on. Okay, yes, okay. We have 8 of Pentacles. This is how they are feeling about you. Well, they're not really thinking about you at the moment because, yeah, like I said, they're really busy, and even the 8 of Pentacles is about work and doing regular work, staying busy in the workplace or studies or about learning something, taking a course, whatever it is. They're kind of staying occupied elsewhere and they're not giving themselves the chance to think about you at all. How you feel about them, 8 of Swords, and we have the King of Swords. Okay, so it's kind of like, I'm getting the feeling of there's no use talking to them because it's the same thing. You're like stuck in that same conversation. Okay, you keep having the same talk, you keep getting the same outcome, there are promises made, or that okay, we can work on that, and just absolutely superficially just agreeing on working on it, and it's kind of like, I don't know, you're kind of hoping against hope that it works out. This was in the past, which is why you kept going back. But right now you're feeling like there is no point in having a conversation. So even if even if we do talk about it, there is no point, absolutely none. Okay. How they feel about a reconciliation is the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, they're physically attracted to you, which is natural, but they're not really. The page is a very beginner stage, so because you're clearly not in the beginning of a relationship, it is kind of like they want a new start. Okay, in anything at all. Okay, they're kind of like, if we were to be together, we have to start from scratch, which is not possible when you have such a history, right? How you feel? We have the 6, which is Lovers, and 4 of Cups. So yeah, it was like you're more wanting that relationship, that soulmate relationship. You're more seeking that bond rather than the person. Okay, so you don't want to have to feel like this. Okay, you want clear communication with your partner, you want a nicer connection with them where they understand what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're going through, who's curious to get to know you, and things like that. Okay, so it's kind of like, this is not good enough. I expected them to be a soulmate. I expected that we could make it work, but it did not work, and I'm dissatisfied. That's your dialogue that I'm getting. And that does not mean that you're like giving up hope on love itself. That is not the thing, but you now know what you don't want, basically. Okay, it's like these are the elements that don't do it for you in any relationship, and you're not going to go around seeking for it, and you are going to just sit there and be bored until you get something that is actually benefiting you, which is not a bad thing. You should practice some distinction, right, when you're choosing your partners, but it is understandable that when you've been through so much with one person, you kind of expect that at some point you work it out, but it has not, and there is no use of doing anything more. So it's just like, well, what else is gonna change, right? They're not gonna be anything different, because clearly not. Okay, then we have 9 of Wands, which is, what can you do to help the situation? So 9 of Wands is like, stay put, stay strong, do your thing, and stand your ground. Don't give in to spontaneous and flighty responses. You have to stay stronger, okay? Stay determined and stubborn in your approach of what you're taking a stand for, okay? So if you're trying to stand in your self-respect, however, well, dull it may get, or just... Well, it's a very weird phase, right? When you're trying to get over someone, it's this limbo period. But the 9 of Wands is telling you you're doing fine. Just stay strong, and you will get through it. Okay. Is there a future together? We have 8 of Cups. So short answer, no. Okay. Both of you are going to move on though, so that's good. None of you will be hurt. That's awesome. That's the whole point of it, is when you're like breaking up and moving on, trying to move on. So 8 of Cups is like, you will move on, you will leave it behind, and this letting go thing that you're trying to do, you will be able to complete it, okay? So it's not going to be some loose ties remaining, and you keep coming back to the same repetitive cycle. So that's awesome. Moving towards a new beginning, a new start, towards a new shore, and it is all guided, okay? It is all going to happen in natural timing. You will go through the process naturally, and you will receive help if you pray, if you ask for help from spirit guides, or whatever, okay? Whatever it is you do, you will receive the help that you need, the strength that you require in order to get over it and get out of this situation, okay? We have the Hermit, which is what is it going to be like then in the future for you, and the Queen of Pentacles. So both these cards are very introspective, so it's kind of like really taking a hard look about what is it you want, what makes you feel secure, what makes you feel at peace, and what is your priority basically in a love relationship, as a personal relationship, right? Like what is it? Because love is not exclusive of the rest of your life, okay? So choosing a bad partner is going to affect the other aspects of your life as well. Most people ask for love readings, but that is a very small part of our life itself. Just like career is a part, love is a part, and family is a part, and so on and so forth, right? So here what I'm saying is, after you're moving on, or while you're moving on, you will be thinking about what is important to you, what are your priorities, and that is in your love life, in your career, in your general well-being, because you want to be happy, okay? You want to be at peace. Both of you want to be at peace. I'm saying you because, yeah, I'm speaking to Power One, right? But yeah, either way, you want this overall wellness and well-being where you're like feeling grounded, you're feeling nurturing, you're kind of more involved in self-care, more meditation, more introspection, more connecting with nature, possibly if you're able to, if you're into that, then you'll be connecting with nature. What else? Self-care, sleeping properly, eating well, exercising. Yeah, but it's kind of like, I want to be alone for a while. That kind of vibe is there. Okay, there's this alone thing which you choose. Okay, you don't. It's not like everyone dumps you and walks away. No, not at all. You're the one who chooses to step away from all this hassle and refocus, basically. Okay, so for that, obviously you need some space to yourself. You need to think about it by yourself. You can't have all these sorts of social gatherings all the time. You're not in the mood for that, okay? You just want to take care of yourself for a change. Yeah, okay, let's see a little bit more about how they're feeling. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the 10th house. So 10th house is, again, yeah, it is about the career and your public image and things like that. So they're more concerned about work and learning and how they are presenting themselves if they're in that sort of venture. We have 11th house, which is also hopes and desires, friends and family, not family, friends and close acquaintances, kind of like groups that they hang out with, basically. Okay, so if they're at a workplace, then the colleague group they have. If it is a school thing, then the club that they join, or the friend circle that they are involved with. So they are more involved in many different things. Like I was saying, like they're paying attention to their hopes and desires. It's like, what have I not done until now? So I will get to it right now and I will create something out of it. Okay, so they're refocusing just as you will be. Okay. Yeah, very career oriented. Okay, we have Taurus here. So again, it's very work, and they're very fixed and stubborn on like getting through it. Okay, so whatever they're doing, it kind of like they just keep doing that. So if they're busy, they'll just keep being busy. If they're working on their career, they'll just keep working on that career. That kind of inertial state is they're existent in right now. Okay, the Taurus is also an earth sign, so Pentacles, it's all about establishing themselves, getting a strong foothold of their career, their finances, their future of their individual life, what makes them feel stable, what makes them feel more secure about and strong about themselves. That's what they're going to be working on. Okay. Let's see, in the future we have Othella. So that is about goddess, home, property, legacy, permanence, and moon. So yeah, like I was saying there, this thing is permanent now, okay? It's not going to be a repetitive cycle, so you don't need to worry about that. Your emotions are going to become much stronger about yourself. You're going to take a look at your emotions, how you're feeling, how you're thinking, how is that affecting you, and in turn you're like going to come into your power. Goddess and the Queen of Pentacles. Queen is a type of goddess, right? She's not the Empress, but she is a goddess in the sense that she knows the importance of nurturing of yourself, and in turn of others, of what it is to, take care of yourself. Yeah, because most people are always ready to like sacrifice themselves for everything else, but the Queen of Pentacles is like, if you're not strong, then you can't be strong for anyone else. So you first have to nurture yourself. You have to first mother yourself in order to be a mother to someone else. That kind of vibe, okay? So you're going to be taking care of that. Both of you are going to step into your own property, in your own legacy. That means that whatever it is that you're planning to do, whatever it is that makes you happy, you're going to go forward with that, and you're going to make it so, okay? You're going to make it more solid. So until now, you're feeling very like all over the place and just in the air. Someday it's this, someday it's that. You're jumping in, you're diving in, and you're letting go someday, and the next day you're just getting back together. So it was very unstable, but right now both of you are really fixed on making yourself stable, and in turn, of course, your mentality as well becomes more stable. Let's see more details about your connection. We have stop, rest. Yep, I don't think I need to explain those. Feel and guide. Yeah, that's what I was feeling like. It's a guided movement. It's a guided even the things that you're feeling, it's all like on time and on point. You're supposed to feel like this at this point, so that you prioritize, so that you start your things, so that you're propelled forward in the rest of your life, so that you become a person for yourself, that kind of thing, okay? But there is no rush, okay? There's no rush whenever there's so many pentacles. Even in your case, there's Queen of Pentacles. When there are so many pentacles, there is no rush, so you can stop, you can relax, you can think and rethink. And even the Hermit is just like, there. It's a staying still kind of card, right? Yeah, so there is no need to rush towards anything, so stop, think twice, think again if you must. Now feel what the right answer is, call onto your guides if you do that, call onto yourself, listen to your intuition, and let yourself pave the way for you, okay? Because in the end it is your life, right? It's all going to come down to you, it's your choice, and this is just advice that are going to help you with, getting through this and getting out of this. So don't be harsh on yourself when some days you're not able to, and you kind of keep thinking and you keep looping in your head. Give yourself the luxury of feeling it, but make sure to not drown in it, okay? That's not the point of any of this, right? So ask yourself again and again, how can you get through this? What makes you feel good? What makes you feel rested and relaxed? Okay. So those are some indicators for you. Let's see some initials. These can be your name initials, yours or theirs, some important days that you've had, some important places, things like that. So we have J. Can you see? Okay, we have J, then we have Y, we have N, we have V, and H. Okay. Some name they might have called you. It's interesting with N and Y, it's like no, yes, no, yes. It's like together, not together, together, not together. It's such a journey. Valentine's might have been important for you. Yeah, so yeah, take a look at the initials. But they're like a rough indicator, okay, so don't take it so seriously, but still, like, it could resonate with some of you. Then we have some messages from them to you. We have thank you. Thank you for the experience. Thank you for the time we had and things like that. Okay, so they're really thankful for how you guys were, and there's no hard feelings basically. And we are friends. So they will still be supportive if you were to meet again. And like I said, no hard feelings at all. But I'm not getting a reconciliation feeling here. Okay, so you guys can be on talking terms eventually, but it's not going to move forward more than that. But that's fine because you share a nice connection and it's worth keeping, right? That's for some of you, if you're like resonating with it, if you're okay with being friends with exes, then this is for you. But either way, it's just a vibration that they don't have a grudge, and they don't want to have a grudge. They're not really, yeah, they're trying to move on, basically. Okay, like, yeah, it's fine. Thanks for the experience. It was wonderful being with you, but I think we should like just do our thing now, that kind of thing. So we have some messages for you which will help you. These are the things you need to hear. This can be about your connection. This can be about how can you move on, how to stay strong, and things like that. You can call these cards to your mind whenever you feel a little bit low. You can use them as affirmations and so on. Okay? We have, in any moment I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. That's interesting because we have the Hermit as well, which is about contemplation, stillness, and prayer. So meditation could really help you out. Okay, if you'll feel more grounded, you'll feel more secure and safe, and you won't feel this dissatisfaction because you're kind of always communicating with yourself, because in the end you are with you, right? True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Yeah, like I was saying, some days when you can't just be all happy-go-lucky, it's okay, okay? Just feel whatever you're feeling. Allow the triggers to come in rather than shove it down. Because, come on, that's not really helping anyone. You have to face it, okay? Only when you face it can you like really move on. That's the thing. Because you're in a loop, it's kind of like you have some things that you have not thought about. Okay? So true healing will only happen when you acknowledge these things that you have not acknowledged in the past. Okay? You will move on. You will get the guidance to like recognize what is it that you need to fix in yourself. What is it that you need to face. You will get the help and guidance, but you need to approach it first too. Unless you're willing, no one can help you, right? That's the thing. So only when you allow yourself to feel everything that you need to feel, acknowledge all the hurt, all the emotion, all the insecurity that lies below, which makes you go back to self-sabotaging, that's when you can get over it completely. You can cut all cords, okay? When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. Yes. Now, love of the universe, of course, it refers to God. It refers to your guides and the soul family and all of that. But I also take it as love of yourself, your own soul, your own spirit, right? So whenever you connect, you don't want to hurt yourself. That's basically that. And when you actually go around doing different things that hurt you, your body, your health, you yourself don't feel good, okay? It's not about what others are thinking or what others are doing or saying. In the end, it's like, why do you care? Why do you care what others are doing? Others are not living your life. Others do not have your body. Others do not have your health. It is yours after all. Okay, so don't abuse the wonderful things that you do have. So when you start appreciating yourself, you will always know which way to go. You will start developing this self-respect for yourself, which will not allow you to get into any other relationship that is harmful for you. This will help you understand your priorities. Okay, it's very interesting that all three cards basically loop back into this Queen of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Eight of Cups. Okay, phew. Okay, very helpful, very interesting, and I hope it helps you. Okay, seriously call onto yourself and ask yourself, what do I need to face? What do I need to heal? Because unless you heal, you're just gonna keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again, and each time you get a little bit more tired, okay, a little bit more exhausted with, well, I never get the right person, or why can't any of my partners just make me feel like blah and blah, and over time you just become, well, men are like this, or women are like this, or partnerships like this. You kind of generalize and assume that everyone goes through that, and everyone is bad, and everyone is out there to hurt you. Okay, things like that. So it becomes like that. So don't get to that point, basically, okay? Don't hurt yourself. Yeah, and you will realize that for yourself once you're in this state, okay? And you will get to this state. Just, obviously, the pointer to get this started is to sit in contemplation for a moment, and honestly wanting to heal, okay? Because like I said, unless you yourself want to, no one can force you into healing, right? So yeah, that is what I'm getting for you, pile 1. I hope this helped and resonated, and if it did, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It would mean so much to me. And yeah, if you're interested in some spiritual topics, some discussions on that, then you can check out my website called Eternal Living. You can request for a free tarot reading in detail via my Instagram account. Everything is linked below. You can watch some other videos of mine through my channel. If you're seeing some signs of synchronicities and such, then you can check that out as well. I've made a video on that. Speaking of that, we have 10 and 10, so that could mean something for you. We have 6, the Lovers, and 6 of Swords. That is important. It's a very healing number. And hang on, I saw 2 8s. Yes, 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords. We have a lot of numbers here. You can check those out, obviously. Even that is linked below. But until next time, I wish you all the best. Take care. And I will see you again next time. Bye. Hello, pile 2. Let's get started with your reading. Let's see if your ex is going to come back. But first, let's take a look at the past of your relationship. We have Death and Rebirth. That's a big card to come up first. And 7 of Wands. Okay, so to say the least, it has been very transformative for you. They're a very important part of your own development, of taking a stand for yourself, be it in the relationship itself, or they kind of taught you how to build healthy boundaries for yourself for the rest of your life, right? You have undergone a lot of changes. You've seen many different aspects and perspectives to a relationship, and it has changed you very deeply. Okay, it's not just the surface, oh, my fashion style is going to change or something. Of course not. It is something a lot more deep, okay? We have Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so that is telling me that right now both of you are kind of trying to move on, okay, making small steps but regular steps to kind of move forward in your career, in your studies, in your other aspects of life, okay? And you're kind of involving a lot of spontaneity and creativity into your life to make it seem a little bit more okay and acceptable, okay? So you're doing everything in your power to kind of keep moving on. It's not a fast movement, you're moving on a little bit slowly, but slow and steady wins the race, right? That kind of thing. But that does not take away that you don't like each other. You're really very much attracted to each other still, but you're having to move on because things did not work out. Let's see why. We have the Tower, 5 of Swords. The Tower signifies a breakup, and it was a very loud breakup to say the least, okay? And we have Ace of Cups. So it's like you suddenly had a big fight over something, and it was just within a snap, it was just over, okay? And it was a little bit shocking for both of you, and it does not mean that you don't like each other. Both with the Ace of Cups, it's very loving. You have good, strong emotions for each other, but for some people, I'm getting that you have Well, you have some insecurities regarding love, okay? So you need more attention, or they need more attention. You need more focus. So there was kind of, or both of you have that issue, okay? So there was this competition of insecurity, which led to who gets more attention, who loves the other person more or less. And there was a comparison in that way, which kind of spun out of control unexpectedly, okay? Yeah, I don't know why that was the case. I don't know. Obviously, I did not ask for it, so you would know your story. But in the end, that's just what it boils down to. That you had to, you love each other, but at the same time, it was a little bit frustrating and kind of like, because you're thinking subconsciously that you're not good enough, or they're thinking that, the other person is kind of like, well, I can't always be with you, I have other things to do as well, I have other people to speak to as well. And that sounded to the other person as though, oh, okay, so you don't like me that much now, huh? That kind of thing. Okay, so there was this misguided communication which led to a lot of frustration, all of it coming from a place of love, but there were also some past hurt and insecurities of that, which made one person a little bit more clingy, a little bit more demanding of, well, these emotions, right? So that was the reason why you guys, all of a sudden, it was just done. Okay, so now it's kind of like, I don't know, I like them still, I'm still attracted to them, but I'm having to move on. We have the Nine of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. This is what they're up to right now. So they're feeling abundant in their financial sense. They're trying to feel good, but at the same time they're juggling two different things. They're able to do it well, but I don't know what this is about. It can be family and work, it can be studies and hobbies and things like that. Okay, if they're doing two different jobs, maybe they took a side job, a part-time thing, then it is about both of them. So they're doing two different tasks, so it tells me that they're quite busy at the moment actually, and they're trying to keep themselves busy to feel good about themselves. Okay, how they feel about you is represented by the King of Wands, which is a clear attraction. Okay, they're still attracted to you, but in general they're feeling very powerful about themselves, they're feeling confident. Okay, so I don't think this situation applies to them, but either way, at the moment, even if this was back then, they're not feeling it right now. So they're trying to take their own stand, and they're trying to build their own things, and they feel fierce towards you. So it's kind of like, if they want you, they will have you, that kind of thing. But at the moment, they're kind of standing their ground. Okay, they're just feeling the feelings. Four of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. This is for how you feel towards them. So you're dissatisfied with how things ended. Okay, dissatisfied with how things just worked themselves out. You expected things to move a lot more deeper, and you kind of expected to settle down with them, to have something a little bit more to your relationship and connection. Okay, so you're dissatisfied with everything that is happening right now, which makes sense because yeah, you're moving on very, very slowly, and you kind of keep going back and thinking, a little bit standstill for you. Okay, it's much slower for you, trying to move on. You obviously still like them, and they do as well, but they are staying busy, keeping themselves busy, while you're thinking about what should have happened, what could have happened, and what would have happened if. We have Page of Swords, which is how do they feel about reconciling with you. Page of Swords, again, it tells me that they're really busy, so they're not really thinking about a relationship in the first place. Okay, they're not thinking of getting back together either. One of the thoughts is, of course, you, but it's not all of it. Okay, they're still, like I said, they're trying to divert their attention towards many other things. So they could be studying a lot more. That could explain with the Two of Pentacles as well. They're trying to balance two different things and juggle a lot of activities. I see a lot of yellow here on their side, so that is again telling me that they're feeling confident, powerful, very willpowery. Okay, so if they set their mind towards something, they want to like go after it. They know what they want, that kind of thing. Very fierce, very powerful. and they want to feel this strong, actually. That's why they're doing so many things, to feel more in control of their life. You have the Fool and the Strength card. So, okay, so your feelings are really strong towards them. You know what you're feeling towards them, but at the same time, you're kind of not taking any action. You don't want to make the first move. It's kind of a little bit of a stubborn head. Like, well, if they like me, they'll come to me. Oh, come on, why don't you like me? Just come. You know, that kind of thing, where you're kind of caught between these both attitudes. I really, really like them, but I don't want to do anything about it. That kind of feeling, okay? So you're leaving it up to fate, and it's kind of like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Okay. The Queen of Wands is, again, for you, what would help the situation. Okay, two things are coming here. I think I'm speaking to two different types of people. But the Queen of Wands is saying, for some of you, you need to look at your insecurities, these things that caused the problem in the first place. You need to see it, acknowledge it, learn from it, and burn it on fire. Okay, whenever you see it, you think that it's going to be so tough and so wrecking, but it's, well, yeah, for a little bit, but after that you feel much better, right? So this is only for you to not have the same issues repeat, okay? Not in this relationship, if there is a reconciliation, nor in any other future relationship, okay? So whatever issues made this relationship end, you have to fix that, okay? Now the second thing that is coming, the second group of people, is if this is not you. If this is not you, then you need to take the power into your own hands, and you need to make the first move. Okay, be confident, and don't stay in this ideology that only the other person can ask, and worrying that, oh, but what if this happens? What if that happens? Well, at least you will know, okay? At least you'll know what the outcome is and what could be and could not be. And you tried. In the end, you should not have the regret of, I could have said something, but I did not, and now it's not possible anymore. Okay, these are, again, two different people. Fit it into your situation as it does. Will you guys get back together? Four of Wands, yes. And the World, awesome. So it's really beautiful. You will get back together. Okay, it's a definite yes. But yeah, there are some more things to be done before then, so you can't just rush into anything without learning, because, well, it will just keep happening, and it's, again, your choice whether you want to look at it now, whether you want that you're serious enough to make this relationship work, or do you want to go through some more cycles of this and then realize it. Okay, so that's completely up to you. It depends whether you have been in this relationship for a long time, or no, have you guys broken up recently, or it's been a while. That's also another factor, okay? Because if it is a recent thing, then you need to take some time and, sort yourself out, sort your thoughts out, and decide what your feelings are, what you want from life, what you want from your love life, and things like that. If it has been quite a while and you're still like feeling just as strongly about them, and you for sure feel that they could have been your family, then it's time to kind of go for it and solve the problems, make the first move, talk about it, because things will work out, things can work out. Just have fun, make it light, okay? Don't like sit them down and just, we need to talk. That, don't use the cliches. Just go outside, have fun. Not somewhere crowded, because but do some things that you guys like. I'm guessing both of you are adventurous in some way. That does not always mean scuba diving and skydiving and all that, but in whatever sense that you are, ask them out for a hike, ask them out for like camping, barbecue, anything at all, which makes both of you feel connected and reminds you of a certain memory, maybe, okay? So jog their memory a little bit, have fun. You don't need to get serious the first day itself. Neither one of you seems too serious. But yeah, that's just what's coming across, and you will get what you want. Okay. In the future, when you guys get together, we have the Page of Cups and the Empress. So the future is going to be a lot different than the past. Okay, it is more dreamy, it is more manifesty, it is more nurturing, very loving, and you're kind of protective of each other, and there is no competition, and there is no massive cyclical changes. Okay, so this death and rebirth cycles that you are going through in order to build this sort of protective layer around you, that is done, and you have learned your lessons by the time you get together, and yeah, you're ready to love each other, give unconditionally, receive unconditionally. Just, you're kind of like, oh, he's so handsome, or she's so gorgeous, and you're just in this dreamy state where anything is possible. Okay, you feel like that. Let's see a little bit more about how they feel about you. We have Cancer, which is a cardinal sign and a water sign, and Scorpio, which is a fixed and a water sign. So both of them are watery, so they are emotional about you. They have a strong emotional bond to you, but they are kind of shifting that attention. They're kind of trying to change that softness that they have towards you by doing other things as well. Okay, so they're going through their changes, and this is kind of their method of healing. And they will do the inner work that they need to do, although not very actively. Okay, it's just life itself. They're going to just do certain things that are going to make themselves feel better and stronger and nicer. Okay, but that does not mean that they do not like you. They do. They have a very soft side for you. They want to do something about that, but at the same time, they're kind of like, yeah, but I have to do this first, I have to do that first, and I don't want to go back to the same cycle, basically. Okay. The future, if you are together, we have Ingo's energy, work, sex, land, balance, and grounded. Yes, like I said, it's much different than before. It's very nurturing on both sides. It's dreamy on both sides, so you're much more in balance in your dynamic of the relationship. The exchange of energy is very interesting. You're able to manage things much better because it's not just about a love relationship. You have other things in your life as well, and you know how to blend the love life into your mood such that the other aspects of your life as well get better. Okay, very balanced approach to everything. Okay, and there are some oracle cards that you need to hear. This you can use as affirmations. You can call into your mind whenever you feel low, and this could actually answer some of the questions that you've been having of how do I even move on from this, so what do I really need to learn, right? We have the presence of love will always cast out fear. So if this is you, if you're the one who was insecure about their love and attention, this is about that. Just remember that you love each other, and everyone has a different way of showing it. Okay, so recognize that type of love that they demonstrate, that they are familiar with, and that they show, and that will always remove the fear from your heart that, okay, maybe they don't like me, what if, okay, because the fear always comes from your mindset, not from their reaction. Okay, and the second card we have is I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. Well, it's a bit longer. It's more like a prayer, but it's more of the same theme, right? Some keywords for your relationship and connection. We have destination. Okay. Love, destination. Then we have learn. Okay. Yeah, learn the different loving styles that both of you have, that they have, and really appreciate the way that they express. Okay. Avoid. Okay, so you're avoiding certain things, and it is asking you to avoid repeating the same pattern. And forget. Forget. Yeah, again, it's like forget the patterns that are not working, forget the fears that you have, face them. yeah, because you need to learn from the experience. Everyone comes into your life and teaches you something or the other, okay, either through pain or through love or through anything at all. Eventually you will learn something from them. So it's important to take that into account. Forget the things that just, like, forget the grudges, basically, okay? If you're kind of like, no, I'm not going to be the first one to back down or something like that, then you need to forget that sort of attitude, because that's not helping you, right? So it's different for everyone, but yeah, fit that into your situation. We have some initials for you. This could be your or theirs first name, last name, what else? Some important dates, important places, and things like that, okay? So we have D, J, Q. Q reminds me of ask the question. This is more encouragement for those of you who are wanting to ask but are backing down only for the sake of ego. Okay, we have D, some dates perhaps, L, and A. Some initials of places as well, LA, it would be for some of you. Okay, and there are some messages for you as well that they would like to say. Ooh, we have do you like me? So they're not really sure where you are, so they are doing their best to kind of keep moving forward, okay? They're not trying to focus on anything of this. It's like, do they like me though anyway? So I think it's been too long. Nah, never mind, I'm just gonna do this. That kind of thing, okay? And beautiful. Like I said, they're still attracted to you, and it's not just a superficial physical way, but also, as a person. They really like you as a person to whatever extent that they know you, right? Yeah, so they have that question, and it goes both ways, doesn't it? Yes, so that is what I'm getting for you, pile 2. I hope this helps and resonates with you. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe if it does. And if you're interested in some spiritual topics, you can check out my website called Eternal Living. And if you would like a free reading, it can be detailed or a mini one, it's up to you. You can contact me on my Instagram account. They are linked in the description box, so you can contact me there. And hang on. I forgot to look at the numbers. Numbers 3, 3, 4, 4. What else do we have? Page, that is 11 and 11. So you might be seeing these numbers. They could speak something for you. There could be some important dates with 13, 16. 13 again goes to 4, so we have 3 4s. Yeah, if you don't know the significance of these numbers, then you can check out my part 1 and part 2 of Angel Numbers and Synchronicities. They could really help you out with this specific case. Okay? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, you can ask me for a reading anytime. And yeah, I will see you again next time. Take care and bye-bye. Hi pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's find out if your ex is going to come back. First, let's see your past history of your relationship. We have the Lovers, Intense, and we have the Three of Pentacles. So many of you have met each other at your workplace, university, working on a team project, or at school. Okay, it depends on the length of your relationship, but they have been a very significant part of your life, and they have been through a lot with you. Okay, it's kind of like you can define a period of your life where they have been there, and you remember that phase as them and your relationship and your connection. So it was very deeply about you and them. Then we have Death and Rebirth. This is your current situation. There are some changes happening in your financial freedom, in your independence with the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, that's not something to take lightly, of course. that's happening. So it looks like the focus changed at some point, and right now it's like you're coming into this a new boom of self-assurity and self-confidence. Okay, so it could have been that both of you were so much involved with each other that you kind of lost sight of who you are as individuals. You kind of melded into this one person. Okay, we have Four of Swords here and the Wheel. So okay, this is the reason for your breakup or a break. It's kind of like you needed to find yourself, you needed to be more self-nurturing, self-caring, and it took kind of a turn, and you did not intend for it to be a permanent breakup to begin with. Okay, it was kind of like a break, and it's like, I need some time off, that kind of thing. Okay, it's just, yeah, it just so was. It was nothing, all of a sudden, it was nothing bad. There was nothing abusive about this. It was all very nice, but it was not complete. There was some sort of lack that you were feeling, and you narrowed it down. Whoever left, or both of you might have left and decided for yourselves that it's becoming a little bit more codependent, so you kind of have to go on a journey where you find yourself. Okay, so what is you and who are you in a relationship? So you could have met this person when you were quite young, so while you were growing up and developing, you kind of grew so attached that you did not really know how to function without this person, and outside of this person and your relationship, you can't really tell who you as an individual are. What do you bring to the table, and what triggers you, and things like that. So it was kind of like, yeah, I don't really know me. I've spent so many years, I've grown up so much, but I'm not really sure who I am. So that was the thing where you kind of took a journey, and you have transformed a lot, you've changed a lot, you've discovered a lot about yourself, and also about your self-independence. Okay, so that's kind of coming into the picture right now. You're more focused on the stabilities aspects of things. Okay, both of you. We have Two of Pentacles, so they are juggling some things, and we have the Magician. Okay, so they are manifesting something. Okay, if they are the more expressive type, then they are really on this writing expressive spree, where they're kind of balancing their emotions in a very harmonious way, bringing their emotions down to the earth and kind of writing it out or speaking about it to people. Okay, and they're kind of trying to create a new beginning, a new them as well. Okay, they're balancing two different aspects of life. This can be the work and family life. It can be thinking about you but not thinking about you. Okay, so we'll look at the rest of the cards and I can tell you more about it. But either way, they're wanting to create something on earth using the more intangible sort of energies. Okay, it's different for everyone, obviously. In some cases, they're consulting with some stockbrokers, some people who are kind of guiding them into buying a new house or a piece of land or car or things like that. Okay, so they're kind of looking for advice from other people who will be able to better guide them in this decision making, which they are not sure of independently. Obviously, this is very specific and matters to only some of you, but for most people, it is just you're wanting to create a new beginning, a new state of harmony within yourself, within themselves, and as well as in the interactions they have around and outside of their personal life. Okay, so yeah, just like you're working on an identity, like I said, this applies for both of you. Both of you are working on your independence and transforming the way that you look at things and how you function as an individual. Okay, how they feel about you is represented by the Six of Wands. That is a very optimistic, very victorious card. They're very confident that at some point you guys will be together, and they're very proud of you. It looks like they kind of celebrate you. They're victorious in the sense that I'm proud that I was able to be with her, and I'm proud that I know her or him, and it's just very like it has been an honor, that kind of feeling. Okay, so they're kind of celebrating you. That's really so sweet. We have Two of Wands here, so how you feel about them is a little bit on the fence. You do like them, but you're not really sure if you've learned everything that there is to learn. about yourself, okay? So you don't want to go back to the same codependency, so that is kind of what is causing a hesitation. But that does not mean that you're ready to discard them. You're not discarding them, okay? So it's kind of like, before I get back to anything romantic, I want to make sure that I have myself figured out, because another breakup, and it doesn't speak to you. It does not feel nice to you, okay? Yeah, so you're curious about what else is out there, what more is there to learn, what else have I not noticed about myself, about the work that I'm doing, and etc. Okay, it's very different for everyone, if you would just give a few examples. But yeah, yes, okay. Then how do they feel about reconciling with you? We have Three of Cups. They feel very optimistic again. Okay, they want to get back together with you. Perhaps you share a friend group, which is also your work group. It could be anything. So they're kind of hoping to use these connections and ties to get back together with you at some point. Okay. What else? Yeah, they feel very soulfully connected with you, and that makes sense because we have the Lovers as well. It's a very soulmate and twin flame kind of card. So, how do you feel about a reunion? Yes, you're fine with it, no problem at all. That you're ready for a new beginning. It's a new start. Okay, so the same dynamic that was there before cannot continue. That's what you're also hesitating about. So you have to make sure that you're not repeating the same patterns, and you have to have a new beginning. It cannot be a continuation of what was. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. So this is what can help the situation, okay? So you need to work hard at first establishing your emotional fulfillment. So if you're interested in some creative project, then start it, okay? Do it by yourself. Don't wait for any sort of external push to come in, because in the end it's your work, it's your hobbies, it is your everything, okay? So you make the effort to establish your emotional fulfillment, which then removes the hesitation that you're having right now and allows the relationship to get together again. We have the Strength card for will you guys get together or not. That is a very, very strong yes, okay? But again, it depends on how much you are ready to put the work into it right now, okay? So you will get together, but first you have to establish that you need to make sure you independently are emotionally fulfilled, and you need to work towards it, okay? Because yeah, it looks like you don't want to get lost in the relationship again, that kind of feeling. So you have to stand your ground. So that's what you're doing now. You're making sure that you yourself have an identity of your own, and once you're sure of that for yourself, you will be ready to start a new beginning, and this time your relationship is going to be much stronger. We have the Knight of Cups, and I'm going to keep this here. The Knight of Cups and the Fool. Both these cards are very idealistic, okay? So after you guys get together, it's going to be quite ideal, very romantic, very light-hearted, playful, expressive, but at the same time you're kind of living in the moment, okay? It's like, let's not plan 10 years ahead, let's not plan 5 years ahead, let's just be together right now, that kind of thing. So it's a little bit of a bubble that both of you have created for each other. It's like, it's been so long that I miss you, that kind of feeling. That's what I'm getting, okay? It's that both of you are kind of like, oh, we're finally together again, so let's build this nice, wonderful feeling for ourselves, for our relationship, and just be in it for a change. Okay, let's not plan, let's not see what's next. It doesn't matter. Okay, now I'm looking at the numbers. I see 10, I see 1 and 0, which is 10, and 10 again. So there are 3 10s, and that is a really strong message of personal and self-development. Your identity has been changing and shifting, and it is still undergoing a change, right? Everyone keeps changing. So that is still there, and your idea of emotional fulfillment, about what is living in the moment and whether you want to live in the moment and things like that, they're constantly undergoing a change, okay? but for the better. It's a really wonderful change. And we have 3 and 3 here, 6 and 6. Anything else? No. 2 and 2. Yeah. 3s, 2s, 6s, and 10s. So these numbers, you could be seeing them as synchronicities, as a time or in your bill or something, I don't know. But if you're not sure, then you can either Google it to find the meaning, or you can watch one of my videos which is on these numbers. Okay, it's called Angel Numbers and Synchronicities. You can check out part 1 and 2. They are linked in the description box, so you can find them. But yeah, the 10s I clearly remember, but the rest you kind of have to look through it. 6s are about like partnerships, self-recognition, self-love, and things like that. Okay, so it's a very beautiful number. Just check them out whenever you're free. Let's see more information about how they feel about you. Okay, we have Jupiter, so that is luck, growth, optimism, expansion, and understanding. So through the separation, they're actually gaining more understanding about you, about themselves, and they're feeling more and more optimistic about how you guys will proceed towards together, because they're loving and adoring your progress. Okay, I don't know if they know about you already. For the cases where you guys kind of see each other regularly, then that's the case. Even if not, because they are doing well, they're also feeling better about your relationship. And it looks like you're not kind of, you're still in communication. Okay, occasional communication, I feel, for many of you. You're still talking to each other. Okay, let's see a little bit more when you guys get together. What's it gonna be like? So we have answers here, which is about air, leader, justice, teacher, intelligence, and communication. So you're gonna learn to communicate much more effectively, and you spend a lot of time chit-chatting and just catching up with each other. Okay, and we have Barkana, which is birth, rebirth, health, and earth. Okay, so very grounded feeling. Okay, you're kind of giving birth to a new chapter between you and the other person. So it's not the fear that you have that it might be the same old. It's not going to be the same old. Okay, it's the start of something new. Because just like you have been going through this transformation, they have as well. And the thing about soulmates is that you are energetically connected, and we have 2 cards here which suggest that you are soulmates of some sort. Okay, so you are energetically connected, so how you are feeling, even if you're not actually talking to each other, how you are feeling, what you're going through, what the activities you're kind of getting yourself involved with, and things like that, just the overall bulk mentality that you're feeling and thinking really propagates and kind of affects them as well. And without you even knowing, they just start acting the same way as well. Okay, you don't need to tell them, hey, yes, I've started this new project. You don't have to tell them. All of a sudden, even they're just going to be like, you know what, I've always thought about writing, I'm just going to do it. Okay, things like that. I actually have a friend of mine with whom I have the same thing. We never talk, like once in like 3 or 4 months maybe, and every time we catch up, it's like, what, you were doing the same thing? Even I was doing the same thing. What's the point of talking? We're doing the same thing. So we have yeah, that's the thing, we are really connected like that. And it always happens that way. It's very strange. Okay, your oracle card is I am the dreamer of my dream. So this you can use as an affirmation. You can call it into your mind whenever you feel low about your connection or about anything that you're trying to establish in your life. This is something you needed to hear. It's different in what context for each of you. So fit that into your life as it does. I have some keywords about your connection. Let's see. Your stay, warm, stay warm. Okay, let's see the others, then I'll tell you more. We have speak. So if you're wanting to say something to them, do so. If it feels right, obviously, but either way, like speaking again goes with communication. You'll be talking to each other quite a bit, and yeah, you'll be much better much more healthily bonded as compared to before. We have let go. Okay, let go can be about the old paradigms, let go of the doubts, let go of staying stuck in the same energy. There is light, that's beautiful. It's very light-hearted. Like I said, it's light and kind of, it's just feels good. It feels good. Oh, we have rainbow. Awesome. So spectrum of light is rainbow. So we have that as well. All the colors that are available. Oh, we have a rainbow here as well with the 10 of cups. That's nice. So I don't need to tell you, but it's gorgeous. Okay. We have holiday. You guys can take a holiday. If you're working in the same place, both of you can take a leave for a day or something. Okay. And we have go. So go on a holiday. Let go of staying. Go on a holiday. Let's go. Okay, so that does not mean you need to travel somewhere and book like a fancy hotel or anything. Obviously, you can just hang out at some park or something. Bring your own sandwiches or whatever you guys do. And yeah, just have fun, just catch up, kind of, talk properly, talk a little bit, keep it light, keep it just, getting to know you again, that type of thing. Pretend like it's a new start. We have some letters here, which can be your initials, they can be your first date places, birth dates, some significant dates basically, okay? So we have U, which also represents you as in Y-O-U. We have D, Q. If you have any questions, if you have any doubts, then clear them out. We have X, makes sense because we're talking about your ex. And we have a Z. It's interesting that you have the end letters, right? A, Q, X, and Z, they come towards the end of the alphabet. That is actually, it's telling me that you're kind of reaching the end of the cycle. You're kind of finding a conclusion. You're coming to the end of your doubts. And everything is just going to be resolved very, very quickly, okay? Oh, they have some messages for you. So the first one is, I miss you. They do miss you. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. And I feel you. See, I told you there is this soulmate thing going on. They can feel your energy even though you're not speaking to them. Even when you're not speaking to them. So there's a lot of you as well. So it's like they're thinking of you a lot. Yeah, you're really thinking about getting back together again. You're thinking of your accomplishments. Kind of, if you like post more on social media or something, or you speak to a common friend of yours and they want to kind of keep some tabs on what you're doing, just general, nothing creepy. But yeah, it's so sweet. Okay, they really, yeah, it's a very beautiful connection. So it's gonna work out. You have some things to kind of, you have some loose ends to tie. Like I said, it's just loose ends, okay? And things will be perfectly fine. So yeah, it's a little bit shorter than the previous readings, I think. Not sure, but yeah, it makes sense and gives you all the information, I suppose. So that is what I'm getting for you, pile 3. I hope this helps and resonates with you. If it does, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in some like spiritual topics or such, then you can visit my website called Ethernal Living. You can request for a free reading on my Instagram account. All these links are in the description box. And as I've mentioned before, you can check out the angel numbers and synchronicities videos as well. That could help you out or give you some pointers as to why you're seeing these numbers. But yeah, until then, I will see you again next time. Bye bye, take care, and all the best. Hi pile 4, welcome to your reading. Let's find out if your ex is coming back into your life. First, let's see what the past situation has been. We have Justice reversed. Now, I generally don't do reversals, but this is something that spoke to me, so I thought of doing this as a reversed reading. Then we have the Hierophant, okay, and we have 4 of Pentacles. So this has been your past. it's a very interesting combination. I'm getting a little bit more possessive and jealousy vibes from the Four of Pentacles and the Justice thing. It's kind of like you are forced into a more serious commitment. You did not initially plan on taking it so far. You actually did not even know how far it was gonna go, okay? But it just went really deep really fast, and you were not really ready for it. So it was kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and it was just a whirlwind of everything being established for you by the other person. That kind of feeling, okay? What else? The Four of Pentacles it's weird to get for a love reading, okay? You don't generally get that for a favorable reading, because, yeah, it's just holding on to this, clutching onto the person is literally a clutch. So it's kind of holding on too tight, trying to keep you contained, sort of. Okay, and Justice reverse is kind of like very karmic. Okay, it talks about karma kind of coming back to bite you, kind of. Okay, so let's see what your current situation is. We have the Page of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. So, okay, more energetic. You're feeling more energetic after the separation. Both of you have your separate things going on. Both of you have more energy, which you're expending in more like tangible things such as career, money, family, house, land, property, things like that. Okay, and you're kind of staying more engaged in those kind of things. Either you're feeling more inspired, you have more ideas coming through. Okay, it's kind of like a shackle has left, that kind of feeling. Okay, and that is your interaction right now. With the Hierophant, I'm feeling like they could be elder to you. Okay, so you're the younger person. I don't know how much of an age gap, but for many of you it could be significant enough to notice the difference. Okay, so I mean, for some people, like even 2 years is like a big difference, because one person has graduated and the other person is just starting in university, so you can see the difference between the two people. That's just an example. So even though like 2 years is not a lot as a number, in terms of experience, in terms of personality, it is worlds apart. So there's some gap over there in terms of maturity, in terms of experience, which kind of allowed them to bind you in a way. Okay, not like the devil. Okay, you're seemingly free, you're very free, but it's more like in a more passive aggressive way. Okay, it's like, oh yeah, you want to meet them? Great, yeah, okay. Yeah, go ahead, do your thing. And then you go, and then you come back, and it's just weird, completely weird. It's like, so you did go. That kind of, that kind of thing. Okay, so for your reason of breaking up, we have the King of Cups and the Five of Wands. So it's kind of like showing you emotions, giving you the love when they're free, when it is fine for them. But the moment they have something else going on, like their friends come along or some sort of matches or something like that, they just go ahead and run towards it, okay? So kind of loving when it is convenient for them. So if there is any other priority, then they're over there, that kind of thing, okay? Because there's a lot of discord over here, and you could have had a lot of fighting among you people because of this. Okay, like, why are you, like, you say that you're gonna be here on this day or on at this time, but you're not there, and you don't even tell me why, and where were you, and what was going on. Okay, just an example, but again, it gets forth that point where they kind of push you to the back when it is not very important for them. But when they're feeling like, you know, being in a relationship or feeling very lovely and loving, at that time they do not shy away from expressing it. So the times that they are expressing, it's so you feel so loved that it was very tough to kind of break away from this before. But this kind of kept increasing. At some point you were just like, okay, this is not happening. If I'm not a priority, then just go. Okay, live with your priority then. It's kind of like that. Okay, Let's see, their current situation is King of Pentacles. A lot of kings, very, very masculine. They don't have much emotional connect. Okay, and we have Nine of Cups. So they are more focused on, again, more tangible things like money, finances, same thing, but yeah. Property, house, feeling stable, having more possessions and assets and things like that, buying more things and making like this cool space to live in, kind of. Okay, that more focus on all that, and kind of feeling monetarily abundant. Okay, it's not a bad state to be in, but that's their focus right now. How they feel about you is represented by the Nine of Wands. It's an interesting card because, again, it's like very stubborn. I'm not going to let down the walls, and I'm determined to have this person. I must be, but at the same time, they're not like, how do I explain this? I get the feeling, but I'm not getting the words. Hang on. It's a little bit like, I want you, but I know it won't head anywhere good. It's like they have the desire, but they don't think they can fix this problem. Okay, so they're kind of keeping themselves a little bit away from you. And with this, it kind of feels like they keep coming back into your life to talk to you randomly with seemingly no aim, and you're just sitting there wondering, okay, so why did you text me? You know, it's like they kind of want to know what you're up to just for information. Okay, again, it's kind of like, it's more of a possessiveness rather than of love. Okay, it's more of a fighting attitude rather than a loving attitude. Okay, so that's the vibe I'm getting. Okay, I hope you understand. I'll get back to that if I get something more. How you're feeling about them is the Queen of Swords. Oh, damn. Okay, so it's like you've been hurt. Okay, clearly you've been hurt. And you want love, but the experience that you've had is not the thing that you imagined love to be. So you're kind of keeping walls up, and you kind of go and be in the more mental state where it's like you think of logic, you think of, okay, let's think about this and let's study about this and things like that. Okay, where you're more in tune with your intelligence, in order to protect your emotions. Okay, this kind of a defensive act in this context. Okay, so you escape into the mind in order to not think about what happened and how it has affected you so poorly. This does not look like a very long ago breakup. So you're still in this state where it doesn't matter, okay? Even if it's like a year from now, some people just have a tougher time moving on and letting go. So forgetting the duration, it has not been easy for you to just remove this intensity from your life. Plus, it looks like you were younger back then. Obviously, as compared to now, so you were more impressionable. For some of you, that could have been your first relationship, first serious relationship, so it could have left a bit of a scar. So you're trying to like reason with yourself and like tell yourself, you're kind of trying to pacify yourself with logic, okay, and like proper reasoning and things that are not related to emotion as such. Yeah. So you're not really feeling very wonderful and warm and fuzzy about them at all, okay? And even if you speak, it's the sword that's really speaking to me. Whenever you do communicate, you're very curt, okay? Like, why are you here? What do you want? Tell me and leave. That kind of thing. You're very short with them because you know exactly their charming work and you're not about to entertain that, okay? You have the Page of Swords and the Emperor. This is, how do they feel about reconciling with you? Again, it's like they're really busy, they have a lot of things going on, but at the same time they want to conquer you. They kind of want to own you. Okay, very possessive, very egotistic. the degree of this obviously varies from relationship to relationship, so you know yours best. I'm covering the entire spectrum, so you can choose your bit from the messages that I'm getting. But either way, they have a lot of things going on and they will keep doing those things, but at the same time they want to have you to call their own. That kind of, that's weird. What did you get yourself into? Very masochistic, I would say. Then Seven of Wands, that's for you. Okay, you're needing to. And the Queen of Pentacles. Both of them are kind of, all the females here are looking away. Nobody's looking straight, okay? No one has their eyes open. Does she? Well, only partially. Yeah, so it's kind of like you don't want to listen. You don't care. You're like, I am peaceful in my thing. Stop pestering me if they are pestering you. For many of you, it looks like, even if they're not actually contacting you, they're kind of scrolling through your page or something and trying to find some feed and information from you. So you're needing to protect your boundaries, protect yourself, and kind of stand up for yourself despite the various arguments that they put up in front of you. You're doing a really good job at grounding yourself and keeping your energy to yourself. You're more concerned about taking care of you, so self-care, self-nurturing, and self-mothering. So you're recovering, okay? This Queen of Swords is your defense against his or hers response or reactions towards you. But other than that, you're protecting yourself, okay? That's good on you, okay? Good on you. What will help? We have Knight of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Okay, take a new start, find a new passion. Knight of Swords. Okay, a lot of knights. Basically, move on, carry forward with your life. Don't wait around. Don't even entertain this idea of getting together with this person again. You've done enough. You've gone through your karma. You've completed that section. Start a new chapter. Move towards a new thing. Knight of Swords, you're like literally running away towards something else, which is much more fun, which is much more fulfilling for you. So do that. Find new passion, be it a person or an activity. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's up to you. So if you're not yet ready to get involved with anyone, then okay. If you feel ready and if you feel like that would help, like getting a new friend, getting a new partner, or just casually dating or something, and that's completely fine as well, as long as the other person knows of that as well, right? So yeah, go ahead, go for it, just move on, start something new, slate completely overdone. Okay, that's what will help you. Will you guys get together? We have Five of Cups. Is definitely not. You're not gonna get back together. But your dynamic is going to be quite positive. So that we have the Sun and the King of Wands. So that means, for some of you, this is extremely rare, but I'm just going to say it anyway. For some people, they will learn from their mistakes eventually, and they will come back and they will apologize, and you will be fine in yourself, right? Completely fine by yourself. So you just think, yeah, okay, no harm, no foul, whatever. I forgive you, it's fine. That kind of thing, okay? And that's really rare. So the second thing is that through their absence, you will feel much more optimistic. You will continue this Page of Wands energy here, and you will continue the Seven of Wands here to the King of Wands, the Sun, okay? Page of Wands, always inspired, new ideas, new sparks, very active, very happy. The Sun is the epitome of optimism and happiness and just overall abundance and joy. So you're going to actively step into this energy, okay? By declining if they're pursuing a lot and taking a stand for yourself just as you are now and moving forward with your life, okay? So eventually, because they don't talk to you, it's going to be really, you will feel much more confident that you were able to take a stand for yourself and you're able to establish yourself as, okay, I don't want this relationship, so I do not want it, okay? Stop asking. It's not gonna happen. I'm done. Okay, bye. Feels like I've been talking non-stop. Anyway, yes, so it's not gonna happen, and it's for the best, okay? Because your future is going to be quite nice. It's quite nice. Is there anything more? Let's see some numbers now. We have 11. Pages are 11, so we have 11. Oh, we have 3 pages. So 4 11s, 2 9s, 2 5s, no, 3 5s, and 10 and 19, which is 10. Oh, 4 and 4, right. So these are some of your numbers which could be significant for you. You can check out the angel numbers, meanings of these on Google. You can even visit my channel and see angel numbers and synchronicities which could answer why you're seeing these numbers. Okay, they are linked in the description box, so you can check that out. Let's see a little bit more about how they're feeling about you. We have Sagittarius. Sagittarius, again, with the mutable sign, again, it's like fluctuating in a way that, well, you like them, you're passionate because of the fire sign, you're passionate one day, and you also at the same time, like, I'm not sure if I can do it again, I'm not sure if I should do it, that kind of thing. So there's a conflict between desire and morality. That's the thing. A conflict between desire and morality. That's what I was trying to get across. Okay, and we have Lilith. Oh damn, I flinched a little bit. Raw, primal, subconscious, and repression. So they have desires. Quite a lot of desires. But it seems very much more lusty, and I would not be surprised if they're into some weird stuff in the bedroom. Okay, so take that how it resonates. Yes, so the future of you guys, we have Dewas, which is truth, struggle, duty, discipline, justice, and warrior. You fight for yourself. You fight for what is real, what is true for you, what is good for you, what is you're meant to be living for you, not as a submissive to anyone else, right? So you kind of follow that duty of loving yourself first and giving yourself the priority, putting yourself on the pedestal, not someone else who, just came yesterday into your life or something. It doesn't matter, okay? You're fighting for what is just for you. You know that this is not respectful, so you are not going to entertain that idea. That kind of thing. Some oracle cards, they can use them as affirmations. These are some things you need to hear right now. So they can be an advice, they can be a positive information for your future and things like that. Let's see what you have. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. Yes, that's extremely true. And in your case, it's like you're still kind of defending yourself, and in some corner of your head, it's kind of like, please don't hurt me. Okay, so that is, if you're feeling that they can hurt you, they are coming back to hurt you. Okay, that's one example. So whenever you're feeling more light, and the moment you take a stand for yourself, like really taking a stand and saying, okay, leave, I'm done. Whenever you do that for real and you stop even replying, it's just over. You don't even care, not just in the sense that you don't send a reply, but even in your head when you don't care, that point, they will also not care. Okay? Now you have, through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. So yeah, if you are into meditation, I'm always pro meditation. So you can go out in nature, take some walks, or cycle, or run, anything that you do. Just go through it, do it alone, so you have some space to think, and just kind of ask for help to get over this, and vow to yourself that you will get over it. Vow to yourself that you will never let anyone mistreat you in any sort of way. You deserve respect and you deserve a lot of happiness, and that's what you're gonna get. But first you need to want to get there, right? So that's what it is saying. You create a ripple effect, but it first starts from you. do you want to let go of this toxicity? Okay. There's some keywords. I have some alphabets and some messages. Let's see our keywords. We have spring. This is about your connection. So you could have broken up in spring or gotten together in spring, but we don't have to be so literal. We have lazy, so there's kind of stasis. You're not really, well, it speaks in both ways, right? You're not really letting go completely. So you're being slow in that aspect. It's not a judgment, but everyone takes their own time, right? So it is a little bit more lazy paced. And same with them where they're not really doing much. And it speaks a lot because they're not putting so much effort. Yeah, they're not putting so much effort, but they're expecting so much more from you. They want undeniable attention, but they don't want to put in that much work. That's very weird. Okay, and we have noise. Like, yeah, whatever they're saying, it's just noise, okay? And this whole thing, it's very argumentative, it's noisy, it's conflicting. It can be inside your head, it can be as your relationship, it can be just the whole dynamic that you have going on with them. It's just really noisy, chaotic, and no good. Just no good, okay? And we have winter. That's very interesting. You have winter as well as spring. So winter is when things die, and spring is when things are born, okay? So you need to leave the old behind in order to bring the new. In order to birth the new, you need to kill the energies, the connections that are not good for you anymore. You have to get out of the winter. You don't need to feel sorry for yourself. You don't need to even feel guilty that, I need to, have to be strong. You are strong, okay? You don't need anyone telling you that. You're completely fine. Just end the deal. That kind of. That's a very reinforced thing. Normally I don't make the decisions for you, but this is like really coming strong. So yeah, it's not working anymore. Okay, let's see some letters. We have G. This could be your initials, their initials, some places you've been to, some important dates, things like that. We have M, N, and H. It's even these alphabets are weird because G and H and M and N, they like come together, one after the other in the alphabetical order, right? That again reminds me of kind of keeping close eye on you, kind of keeping a tail, but not really springing forth. Let's see what they have to say to you. Sweet and cute. Okay, again, this feels like you're younger than them, so you feel more sweet and cute and like a little bit more gullible in this case, right? According to them, that's how they are perceiving. And you can't fix me. Okay, so that's pretty conclusive, looks like. So if you were still holding on to some hope that maybe I can change them or something, that does not look like it's happening. On so many different occasions with King, Emperor, King. Okay, well, heavy reading. For a last pile, quite heavy. Anyway, yes, so that is what I'm seeing for your pile 4. I hope this resonated and helped you out. If it did, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It would mean so much to me. And yeah, if you're interested in some spiritual topics, you can visit my website called Ethernal Living. You can ask for a personal reading on my Instagram account. The links are in the description box. And as I mentioned before, you can check my angel numbers and synchronicities videos to help you out with these numbers if you're curious, okay? But I wish you all the best, and I know you can do this. Stay strong and take care. Bye.